Hello everyone! Have you gotten a pattern and it called for pleats and you can't read the markings on your pattern, but you really want to make this really cool pattern? Today you're in luck because I'm going to show you how to read the markings on your pattern, and I'm going to show you two traditional types of pleats to put into your garments or any household items that you're going to be making. Okay, if you look behind me here, I have a few examples of some pleats. Right here in the pants, these are single pleats right here. And I'm going to turn this blouse around here. And this is what you call a box pleat. So it kind of looks like a little pocket right here. The outside is nice and smooth, but then you have the ease of the shirt right here. So you have ease of movement right here. Okay, and then we're going to go over to this dress right here up at the top, and this is exactly opposite. It's got this tiny little pleat, but it's outside, and this is the kind of pleat that you usually see on a men's like dress shirt, like a button-up shirt where the pleat is on the outside. So these are exactly opposite of each other, same pleat, but just a different technique of how to do it. So let's jump into some patterns, and I'm going to show you right here how to read the little markings on your pattern. Okay, I'm going to pull this over so it's in the center a little bit. So this is actually the top part of this blouse right here behind me. If you take this pattern piece, it's half of it right here. Okay, so I've folded it in half, so it's a smaller little demo thing. And on this pattern, it says place on fold right here. Okay, so that's what I've done. I've taken a little piece of fabric here. Ta-da! I folded it in half, right like this. And I've cut it out so you can basically see the top part of this blouse right here. Okay, and I've cut out the sides. This is a little sleeve. And once again, place on fold right here. And it has these little words right here marked for pleat. And so that's this little random line that's right in the middle there. So what do you do with that pleat? There's many different ways that you can actually mark this pleat, but my favorite way to do this is to take a pair of scissors like this and make a tiny little clip right through my pattern and both sides of my fabric, right like that. You can make like a tiny little notch right like that, so there's like a tiny V if you like, so it's even easier to see. Or you can use some sort of a marking pen and just mark both underlining pieces right there. Okay, so now what you want to do, because this is a box pleat that's going to go inside, I'm going to set my pattern aside and open this up right like so. Let's see, can you see my little notches there? I've got a notch here and a notch here. Can't see it super great. If I put it down, oh, there we go. You can see my two little notches right there and right there. And those are going to be the sides of the edges of my pleat. So pleats are basically just folding your fabric and sewing it. So you can gather in your fabric and it's nice and smooth. Okay, so we're going to say that this is the right side of my fabric and this is the wrong side of my fabric. With right sides together, I'm going to match those notches again, like so. And then I'm going to take this over to, actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my scissors right in the middle and I'm going to make another little notch right there. And I'm going to, can you see my little notch there? Yes, that's my middle notch. That tells me it's right in the center of these ones. Actually, I'm going to make this more of a little V so you can see it just a little bit more. Okay, there we go. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this side in to the very center right like that, and I'm going to fold it. And I'm going to fold it so all the edges are even. I don't want it to look off at all. I want all 3 of those little layers right there to be nice and flat. And then I'm going to take pins and I'm going to pin those in place, right like so. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So I'm going to take this little notch here and I'm going to bring it right into the center. Where's my notch? There it is. And as you're putting this together, you want to make sure that both sides are even. That's the name of the game with pleats. When you have them on either side, you want the pleats to be even. Even, Steven. Okay, look at that. That's looking amazing. Okay, I want these 2 edges to touch right there. So I'm going to take my pin and I'm going to pin it right close right there. I'm going to take another pin, and this is pinning the folded edge right there and making it stay down on that side. Okay, look at that. Look at how beautiful that's looking. So this is creating a box pleat, right like that. And this is going to make a really smooth gathering when you have this excess fabric that you need for movement. Like right here is the arms and the shoulders, and so you need that movement for your arms and shoulders. Okay, next what we're going to do is we're going to take this over to the sewing machine right over here. I've got everything pinned in place and I just need to baste it. I don't need to do anything crazy. And you're going to go about 1/8 of an inch away from the edge because you don't want to see this basting stitch. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to set the length of my stitch. I'm going to add it. I'm going to make it as high as I can get it because a basting stitch is just temporary. Okay. And it's a long stitch too, so it's easy to remove when you're done sewing the entire garment. Oh, I love that feature where it cuts on its own. It's so great. Okay, so we're going to come back here. And you have just basted this, and you can go ahead and take, I'm just finger pressing this now, but if you want to have a little more stability, you can take an iron and press those seams down right there. And this is in our Bondi top pattern that we have in the stores right now. So this is a box pleat. If you wanted to do it the reverse way, you simply just do it the opposite way and have those seams come out on top, and then you'd have this beautiful seam on top if you wanted that excess to come out of the body. So like a lot of times jackets will have it like this, or like I said, the men's button-up shirts will have this option where you're able to have that expansion of the fabric. Okay, I'm going to set this aside, and now I'm going to go over and show you how to do these pleats right here in the pants. And I've got my sample pants set up right here. Okay, now this is a single fold. You would cut out 2 pieces of the pants. This is one leg right here, and this is the waist, and this is the pocket area, and this is the crotch right here. Okay, but just for the sake of today, I just cut a little piece so you could see, there we go, the very top of these pants right here. This is the waist again. So this is going to be like where your belly button is right here, and this is going to be your outer hip. All right, is that going to stay there? Yes, I'm going to put this weight right there so it stays. Okay, so same idea. I'm going to identify my little markings on my pants top right here at the waist. And so I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to make a little snip, a little snip, a little snip, and a snip again. And for the sake of being able to see these really well, I'm going to make them little notches. Oop. All right, there we go. I'm going to set my pattern aside now. Great. I've got these little notches here, 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 and here. Okay, so read your instructions on your pattern to decide which way you want your pleat to go. In this case, these pleats are very easy because all you have to do, if this is the right side of my fabric, I'm going to take this little notch and match it up with this little notch right here. Long. Okay, so usually if this is the front of a pair of pants, the pleat usually points towards the hip over here. I'm going to straighten my fabric out here, although it doesn't want to because it's falling off the edge there. We're going to work with it. It's going to be great. All right, I'm going to put 2 pins in. I put 1 pin on the edge of this fold right here, and then I'm going to put another pin at the edge of the other fold right there. That way I know when I put it under my machine, I'm going to catch this little fold that's underneath there too. Okay, and then we're just going to repeat right here, and we're going to match that little notch with that little notch. These are looking like a fabulous pair of pants already. Okay, pleats are really great. They're very classy and they're going to make you look very sleek. So when you have like a nice pair of pants or a skirt or a jacket or something, pleats are a great way to add that movement to your garment and have it go into like a waistband and create, keep that sleek look of your clothing. Okay, now that we've got those pinned in place, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go baste those together on the machine. And once again, we're going to be about 1/8 of an inch away from the top there. Baby, my machine will work for me. There we go. Beautiful. Perfect. I'm going to give it a little cut. And beautiful, wonderful. All right. So I basted that right there. You can shoot it with not shoot it, but heat it up with an iron so you can really press those down. And then this is ready. When you put the rest of your pant legs together, you can just add your waistband right into that area because you've tacked it down. Those pleats are going to stay really nice in place right there. Okay, so these are regular, just 1 single pleats. In this case, we did 2 on one side. So that looks like this on a pair of pants. So this is the recreation of these pants right here. Okay, you see those? And then we just flip it for the other side. We want these ones to go this way and these ones to go that way, so they're mirroring each other. I did bring 3 more patterns really quickly just to show how else you can use pleats. These are from my own stash at home. You can see this jacket right here has a beautiful big pleat that goes right in the back of the upper bodice. It goes right in. It adds that fullness that she needs down below, but goes into a nice fitted top right there. And this skirt is all box pleats. You can see how nicely it lays down the rest of the skirt, but it's got tons and tons of box pleats in there, and it looks beautiful and classic. And I brought in this jacket because this jacket actually is a combination of a box pleat down the very center, and then it has two single pleats down below, and you can see how beautiful that looks with the fullness, but it's very smooth as well. So anyways, thank you for joining me today. I hope that you have discovered how to make pleats and that it is easy for you, and so you can jump right into your pattern making and have a great time and make something beautiful that you will love and wear. Have a great day and join us next Tuesday.